his home crowd, but he has the win. 5.91, his best clearance. Now back to this men's 100 metres.
Well, Trell Kimmins goes in lane 1 for the USA. He was 4th in the World Indoor Championships, over 60 metres earlier in the summer. Good start to the 25-year-old, but only 4th in Gateshead last week over 100. He was recently 2nd in the American Championships as well, but lane 1, not a great draw. He's never broken 10 seconds. Gerandi Martina of the Dutch Antilles, the Olympic 4th placer in Beijing. 2nd in Lausanne in a personal best last week. Then Johan Blake goes in lane 3. The Jamaican is only 20 years old. 2nd in Lausanne at 100. There is Bolt. World record holder at 100 and 200 metres. Look at that vest. He's recently launched a rather natty line of clothing, as you can see. 3 gold medals in Beijing, 3 gold medals in Berlin last summer. Beside him, the darling of the French crowd. Listen to that roar in the Stade de France. In lane 5, Christophe Lemaitre. His first ever visit to this stadium kicked off about an hour ago with a DNF in the relay. There's Asafa Powell. He's lost weight, he says. He was full started and disqualified in the 2003 World Championships here, Powell, but he's a different athlete now. In lane 7, Daniel Bailey of Antigua, milking it for all he can. 4th in the World Championships last year. Not to be discounted, he's a 9.91 man at his best. Marshal Banjok of France, he's the French number 2, 2nd in their championships to Christophe Lemaitre. He goes in lane 8, the Mediterranean Games champion of last year. And it looks like Ronald Pognon, who was due to be in lane 9, is a non-starter. He did look injured in that relay earlier on, but there is Bolt. As you can see, that's a new strip for the Jamaican, unbeaten at 100 metres for 13 successive finals up to Lausanne. Just a week or so back, unbeaten at 200 metres since Brussels 2007, can you believe? How close can Powell get to him tonight? The young Frenchman Lemaitre there, last to go down between the 2 big Jamaicans. That line up once again from the far side. Kimmins to the right of picture in 1, Martina in 2, and the yellow is Blake. There's Bolt, he's in 4, Lemaitre in 5, Powell is in 6, Bailey in 7, Banjok in 8. And what will Lemaitre make of this sandwich between the 2 massive Jamaicans there in white? Good start from Bolt. Lemaitre with a lot to do. Looks like a blow amongst men. Here comes Bolt. Powell trying to go with him. Good run this from Blake. But Bolt's going to take it by a metre. Powell 2nd, Blake 3rd. I think on the near side, Bailey got 4th. The winning time, 9.83. It's a new meeting record into a slight headwind. It's not the fastest time in the world this year. That's a 9.82 by Powell and Bolt himself. But he won pretty convincingly there, Usain Bolt. He knew he'd got it in the bag. After about 50 metres, I think he had a good start, Steve. Lemaitre had a terrible start. I think the nerves may be getting to the youngster, who remains perhaps a joint favourite for that European title. We'll see how the times come out from that one. But 9.84 is confirmed there for Usain Bolt. Still a new meeting record. 1, 2, 3 for Jamaica. Bolt, Powell and Blake.
Well, if you don't mind the pun, given his dispute with London at the moment, I don't think he was taxed too much there, Tim. He didn't get the best of starts. I thought Powell got a slightly better start, and I'm just not sure here how much he's really opening up. It doesn't look as though he had to make too much effort to get past Powell. They're pretty much even through the first 50. Not a bad start from Bolt. I don't think he's firing on all cylinders just at this point. He's doing enough to get past Powell, then he can sort of ease back a little bit. I don't know, maybe he was taxed a little bit more, as it were. He's the start that we've come to know from him now. You're absolutely right about Lemaitre. He looks a sort of rabbit in the headlights a little bit at the moment. But these 2, we know how well Powell is running. He is running exceptionally well. Of course, lost out to Gay himself last week. Bolt this time, I think we're going to have to wait. We're just going to have to be patient with Bolt. You can't expect fireworks every single time he runs, you know. He's such a big draw, so much expectation for him. He's playing the PR game. He's got the Paris shirt on there. He's got to do all of that because that's what people want. And sometimes it's hard to then come and perform at the highest level all of the time. He has so much expectation on his shoulders. And we have to allow for the fact that, oh dear me. That one will end up on YouTube somewhere. That cameraman will become famous. But Tim, he can't just keep running super fast all the time. And let's not forget, this is still 9.83. I mean, that is quick by anybody's standards. But let's hand it to Powell and Bailey. They're running well here and keeping it close, keeping it competitive.
I guess what we know as a result of tonight is who the world number 3 is, and that's Asafa Powell, because he's beaten by Bolt, he's been beaten by Gay. What we don't know is who is the world number 1. Despite this win from Bolt that you're watching, Tyson Gay looked pretty impressive in Gateshead, and he too has had his injury problems recently. So Gay against Bolt is the one we want to see. Where is it going to happen? That's what I want to know.
Sometimes when you watch, but it's the good slow-mo here, when that this start, it almost looks like, we've talked about it before, how he drags his toes, but he's got these big levers to get moving through, and actually that's what's been working for Bolt. That start is something which obviously worked on so much, which improved him so much at 100 metres as well. And, I think it's more his sort of general shape at the minute, probably a little bit of state of mind as well, which, as I said, we'll have to wait for the real fireworks later in the season.
Usain Bolt then 9.84 to win that 100 metres in a new meeting record. Second place Powell, third place Blake, a 1-2-3 for Jamaica tonight. Powell still leads the Diamond League rankings from Thompson. Bolt now into third place with tonight's 4 points. Well, I didn't think he got too bad a start, Steve. You said he thought Powell got a better start, but Bolt's never been the greatest of starters. For a big man, he's a very good starter, but he's not bullet fast out of the blocks, and I wonder whether or not maybe over 60 metres he'd get found out indoors, but he just doesn't bother with indoors.
No, you're right, it's too much of a risk, isn't it? Because indoors it is all about the start, and he's got the ability, and normally is in front by 60 metres just about, and that's when he sort of really dominates and pulls away when he's going well. But no, I don't think there's much wrong with that at all. I just think Bolt was with him and he was right there up to about 50. Powell was right with him, right to about 50, and then he just has the ability to just keep going away, which the others obviously don't have. So, let's just accept the fact that Bolt, despite what everybody would like to see and see him running, 9.6 at